In this video, I'm going to share with you my best advice to get back with your ex. Well, actually, I'm lying a little bit because I'm going to share with you 3 advice to get back with your ex. Be really careful of your emotions. This is really something you have to understand, to take away from this video. You'll understand why in all those 3 tips, it's crucial for you not to listen to your emotions too much. Before I move on, as you know, you can subscribe and comment. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions this way. You can also call me if you want to have a quick chat with me. I have about 10 slots in my diary every week just for you, just to discuss and have a chat. Sometimes just one tip can change everything. And also there's a quiz for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. The link is in the first comment of the video. So, first one, if you are new to this channel, you might not be familiar with that concept, radio silence. It is key, it is crucial, you have to know it. I'm going to detail a little bit why it's important, how it works, the mechanics behind it. It is counterintuitive, and I said don't listen to your emotion, because after a breakup, what we want to do, the first thing we want to do is to reconnect. The first thing we want to do is not to lose that link that we have with our ex. However, what works is radio silence. What works is actually to ensure that there's a proper break between you and your ex. Because you will end up talking too much, you want to try to resolve that breakup very quickly. You know, it's the love of your life, you're about to lose the love of your life, and so you're thinking, I need to fight for it, I need to really try to repair it as quickly as possible. But actually, by doing that, you are preventing any chance you have to get back with your ex. And this is why it's so crucial for you to understand and adopt radio silence as soon as possible. Of course, time heals wounds. I did a video about myself cutting my finger, but it is what works. It is how psychological mechanisms are in play when it comes to breakup. Time would sort of definitely heal the wounds, the fights, the bad words that has been said. And when you'll come back stronger, because at breakup there's a lot of strong bad emotion. With time, with that space that you allow your ex to enjoy, you will reduce all this pain, you will reduce all this tension, and come back stronger, and come back with less of a bad emotion but positive emotion. I'm going to explain you exactly. We are both tired by a breakup. It is extremely hard for you. You might be the dumpy, and it's really hard, and I've been in that case. It's awful. You know, everything is dark. You think you're never going to meet someone. You think that you just lost the love of your life. Just take a step back and show to your ex that you understand the situation, that you accept the situation. If you show them that you're not in denial, that you do not beg, you're showing strength. You're showing that actually it's a mature attitude towards difficulty. Don't insist when you feel it's not working. There's a famous quote from Einstein. Don't do again and again the same thing expecting a different outcome. If you're insisting, if you feel that your ex is pushing back, if you think that your ex is more distant, stop begging them, stop spamming them. It means that it doesn't work. What works is for them to have some space, right? Don't reproduce the same behavior again and again and expect the same result. And if you want to have an idea of why it is so annoying, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself, for example, you're in a bar and someone walks to you and he wants to take your number and you say like, I'm not interested, sorry. But he keeps on insisting. He keeps or she keeps on insisting. It is super annoying. It's going to be the same in the first date you had with your ex. You know, let's say you told them, like Ted Mosby in How I Met Your Mother, I love you, let's get married on the first date. It is too much, it's too annoying. You're trespassing their personal space. It's exactly the same here and now with that breakup. You have to accept it. It is tough, it is hard. I know it's not exactly what you want to hear, but I'm here to provide you what works, not what you want to hear, okay? And it is important because your ex needs to experience the breakup. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the brain. The brain now is very much shifting the emotion part. By having that radio science, you're going to shift it back to the rational part of our brain. We have two parts. The sort of the animal primitive part of the brain, which is where the emotion lies, where the anger, the anxiety are driven from. And we have the advanced, the part of the brain that is more analytical, where you would have the opportunity to step back and analyze the situation. With radio science, it's an opportunity for you to step back and look at the situation with more of a rational view more than an emotional view. It's going to really, really help you, because otherwise you're going to drain a lot in terms of energy. And we're going to see afterwards how energy and how important it is for you to be at the best of your game if you want to get back with your ex. But it does make sense, right? Second one, ask yourself if you want them back. So don't skip the video, but let me explain you why it's so important. Because if you're fighting for something that's not worth fighting for, move on, stop watching my video, do something else with your life, go on Tinder. don't do the video. The thing is, you have to take stock of the desires. So what do you want? It's a very important question in life, generally speaking. What do you want? And it's very hard to answer this question. You can ask this question to yourself every day. The answer would change, but it's so important right now after the breakup. What do you really want? So create a list of the positive and negative points about your relationship. And you find a lot positive, you find a lot negative points. Create a list of your values. What really, really matters in life for you? Is it freedom? Is it money? Is it, which is not really a value, but is it the sense of independence? Is it the sense of honesty? All these kind of things. And ask yourself whether that relationship would match those points, if they sort of align those values. The vision you have for life, if you have a vision that you want to have kids and a family and live in the countryside where your ex, you know for sure he or she is not ready to compromise on that. At the end of the day, what I want you to is to be happy. So make that list, ask yourself all these questions, and it takes a lot of time. Sometimes people, I ask myself these questions a lot. Some people, you need like 10, 20 years maybe of psychotherapy to understand those questions, but it's very important at least to have a sense of what do you really want in life, what do you want to build for your future right now. The answer is probably with your ex. And maybe in some cases you realize by doing that work, actually, she or he is not part of that picture. So really analyze whether it's sort of an ego or just a feeling of rejection. Sort of people, oh, you dumped me, okay, I'm going to fight to get you. Because we sometimes, with our childhood or the way we were raised, we have this fear of abandonment. And because the other dumped us, we want to fight for it because we're not ready to be alone. We're not ready to be on our own. So really analyze those things. You'll have more strength to get the other back by understanding whether it's really what you want. Once you know what you want, once you're 100% sure, you can dedicate your time, your attention, your energy towards this goal. And the thing is, why it's so important, again, I'm going to talk about emotion. You're not going to be into the emotional mode. You're going to be in the rational mode. You're going to be stronger, more sophisticated in your approach. Not just acting based on impulse, not just acting based on fear, on anxiety, but acting because this is your goal, this is your vision, this is what you want to achieve. And it is so much more powerful, and your ex will actually see it. It's a little bit like the law of attraction, but by really knowing what you want, your ex and other people around you will perceive that you're clear in your mind, that you have a clear vision, that you know where you want to go. And people who have those visions attract people. That's natural. Famous entrepreneur, intellectual, politicians, people, game changers, they have that vision and they sort of create that magnet around, that attracts a lot of people towards them because they have that vision. It's the same with relationship. Have that clear vision. If the vision is without your ex, then move on. Go on Tinder. Have fun. And that's the thing. Also, by doing that, you will no longer be in pain. So important. You're not suffering from your emotion. You're not being responding to your emotion, but you are proactive. So rather than being reactive towards your emotion, you're proactive. You're sort of leading your own path. You're sort of creating your own path. You're sort of creating that future for you with your ex if you feel that she or he is the right person for you. The third one, really, 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 really important as well, is to be well surrounded by friends, family and friends, new people you met along the way. I think it's actually even more important to leverage those new people in your relationship because they're gonna have a new view of yourself. They sometimes see you in another way than people know. It also have another fresh perspective on your relationship, for example. That's why it works so well to work with a coach like myself, because we have the ability to look at your situation with a fresh pair of eyes and therefore provide advice and people who know you both will struggle to find and wouldn't necessarily take one side or another. So be really careful of common friends. Some people use common friends a lot to try to get some information, to try to take on some messages. The thing is, it's really, really dangerous. It's really like throwing a knife. Maybe sometimes you can hurt yourself. The idea of using common friends, again, try to focus on yourself rather than focusing on what your ex is thinking, what your ex is doing right now. When you have time and spend some time with your friends, and if their friends happen to be their friend, you're there to have fun. Enjoy the time with your friend. Your ex is not a topic of a conversation. Your ex is out of the conversation. You're doing that radio sense. You just enjoy life. You just want to enjoy the time with those people, right? And indirectly, they will tell your ex how balanced you are, how happy you are, how exciting you are, how great person you are, which will build that attraction. But don't be too obvious. Don't try to make the other jealous. Of course, you're gonna have friends that are on your ex's side. You're gonna have her family or his family on their side. And some people, they think that they really try to convince, I had a great relationship with their sister. We really got along. Her sister or his sister will always be on your ex's side, always. So don't try to lose time trying to convince them that you're a great person. It doesn't work. The situation and the option, the solution is on your ex's side. And what you have to build with radio silence, with being surrounded with white people, and the number two, what was my number two? Knowing that what you want, that will drive them back to you. The whole point of this, the whole point of what works in terms of getting back with an ex, it has to start from them. That energy, that step towards you, you can't pull them. Or you can't push them either. You can actually push them by being really annoying, by spamming them, by being on their back. But actually, it's really, really hard to pull someone. And as soon as you try to manipulate the other, they'll see it and they pull back. So don't try to think that you're going to pull the other person towards you. It never works. It honestly never works. What you have to think is you're a magnet that will attract them, but they have to make that first step. Okay, they have to make that first step. If you know, I don't have a magnet, but a magnet, it starts, there's a sort of a zone where at some point, as soon as you enter the zone, it's like gravity, you'll get attracted to that magnet. Don't try to really get that magnet close to your ex. They have to make that first step, and as soon as they enter that zone, they'll be attracted. I think it's a good image. Comment if you think it's a fair on the, it reflects that image correctly. I don't know, I just came up with this one. Key takeaways: don't make your ex jealous. I've seen that so many times. Most people, they don't do it properly. If you want to date someone, hide it from everyone. Do it for you, but don't do it to make your ex jealous. Regain your strengths. Don't stay at home. Don't blame yourself. Build yourself up, understand what you want, and go for it. Stay cool. Of course, emotions are really, really bad when it comes to getting back with an ex. and make the right choices. If you don't know exactly what to do, get in touch with me and I'll help you out. Take care.